Hi. This is about adding your module to the sandbox. So the first thing is go into Canvas and, well, let me just go to the dashboard and I'll start there. Go into Canvas and pick our LDT sandbox. Yours might be in a slightly different place, but let's just pick that. And go down to modules. You can see it's here just below quizzes. And you'll see one that I've created for myself and our webinar. Let me minimize that so you can see it. So what we want to do is you want to create a new module. Same thing as a folder. So click Module, give it your name, and click Add the Module blue button. And there are two spelling mistakes. Let me go back and fix that real quick. So just go over here and say Edit, and I can take off the lowercase o, and I can make it one N, and I can say Update. Okay, so there we go, John Smith. So now then, you're going to be working in your folder called John Smith. So you don't need a new module. You've got a module. That's your folder. So we're going into John Smith. So in John Smith, we want to add something to John Smith. We'll just slide right over here. You'll see the plus. We're going to add something. We can add an assignment, a quiz, a file. Let's add a content page. So call it a new page. Give it a name. We'll call this temp page with content. If it's spelled wrong, I don't care. Add the item. There it is, temp page. Let's add something else to John Smith. Another plus. Instead of a content page, let's add a quiz. We'll call it, we'll just say a new quiz. Just call it new quiz. Add the item. Okay, so you see what's happening here underneath your folder, John Smith. You start having things here. You'll have all of your stuff located in your folder. Okay, so let's add something to one of these. You could create the quiz by going into quiz. You could create content by going into content. Let's go into content and create something. So open content by clicking on it. Notice there's nothing in here right now. Here's a page ready to go. So we say edit. And it's going to open up a nice little sort of browser area where we can start typing things in. So here's a hyperlink, hyperlink. So let me put, let's go to Google. All right, so I type the word Google in and highlight it. I need to get a URL. So let me just jump out and get Google. You can get the URL, or you can just type it in, but it's often easier just to click hyperlink. It's easier just to go out there and open a page, then you know you've got it. So okay, here we go. So we have Google there. Let me just go ahead and delete that, and then I can say done. Boom. And oh, let's make the font bigger so I can highlight, and let's kick it up to 12. And oh, I don't know. Let's see what else we can do with this. Let's change the font color to maybe red. And why don't we underline hyperlink? So there we have some text that we're adding up. Let's add a video. See this little guy right here? Let's click here and allow. And let me position this so that it's looking at me. And okay, so I'm going to say, okay, here is a video recording using the tool. I'll call this me talking, and I need to scroll down and click the save button right there. It's saving the recording. Boom, there it is right there. So we've got some stuff in here. Let's say we're done editing this content page. I've got to scroll down and click the save button right here, and then we'll see it. Give it a second. So this is what all we've created. Here's the hyperlink. So if I click it, it jumps out to Google. I can go here, I can click this, and whoa! Audio's pretty bad. Right, so let me scroll up. So see, here's the page. So I need to resize this video. I'll show you how to do that in a future lesson. All right, so let's go back to modules and review. So what you're going to do is create a module with your name. You're going to add some stuff in it. And so there'll be 4 labs over 4 lessons, and you'll just keep adding stuff like quizzes and pages and all sorts of things. And this becomes a place where you can go and create your final lesson project if you'd like to also. We all have edit rights, so be very careful. Any of you can go over here and say delete. Up here it says Okay, and now John Smith no longer exists. So we all have to be good citizens when it comes to these. Whoops, I've lost my control panel here. I can't stop recording. That's not it. Darn it. Did it stop recording?